So what is the quality management system? Andrew's talked a little bit about it, but the quality system is setting out what the standards are that you're going to work to. So you have to define exactly what your standards are. Now that's easy if you're working to specific published standards, but in some areas we don't have them and we have to set our own standards. But defining the standards is the first thing, and then how you're going to meet those standards is the second thing. So what are you going to do in your organisation in order to meet those standards? So that's what a quality management system is, really. And as Andrew's mentioned, the GXPs here are quality systems. ISO 9001 are quality systems. They're not standards, except ISO 9001 is a standard. It's a written standard. And the written standards are things like ICH GCP, ISO 17025, the RQA GCLP document that we have. So these are examples of what quality standards are, and they may be laws, they may be written standards, they may be voluntary. But these are examples of quality standards. And then what we do with the system then is define which standard we're working to, and what is the scope of the quality management system. So you may be in an organisation or a trust and you want to say, within these 3 or 4 departments we're going to work to this defined standard. You may not want to include finance, you may not want to include the HR department. So what is your scope for your management system? How far is it going to go? Who's going to be involved in it? Which activities are going to be covered by the management system? So be very clear what's included and what is not. And I've worked with various organisations where that's a real thing. That people, there is an area where people are really keen to get the quality systems in, but they know it's not going to have the legs to go on a wider scale within the organisation, so they define it very carefully to one department, one laboratory, one group of individuals working in certain areas. And often what happens then is that the success, as Andrew's just mentioned, of, what do you get from it? Peace of mind, among other things. That the success of implementing those quality systems then can be seen by other people, and the system will grow and will be encompassed a larger portion of the organisation, but that's not always necessary. So it depends what you're trying to set out to in the first place. So clear about the scope, what's included, what's not. Very clear about which standards we're going to work to. So are we working to RQA GCLP? Are we working to the Human Tissue Act? Are we working to ICH GCP? What are our standards? What laws or regulations or guidelines are we going to use? And if there aren't any, then we need to write them and include, what are our standards. If it's a research laboratory, an R&D lab, then setting those standards for yourselves is often the way to go forward. Who is going to be involved, and so what people are involved, what actions and documents are going to be used in order to carry out the work and to show compliance with your quality system. So you need to be working in a consistent manner and leaving evidence of what's happened, so what you intend to do and what actually happened.
RQA is committed to driving quality and integrity and developing and promoting quality standards in scientific research and development. RQA facilitates knowledge sharing and transfer through training, seminars, conferences and publications, and liaises with regulatory agencies in the development and interpretation of regulations and guidance. RQA is dedicated to informing and advancing its members, providing status, visibility and support for individuals concerned with the quality of research and development relating to pharmaceuticals, agrochemicals, chemicals and medical devices. Membership of RQA attracts the following benefits: access to news, information and expertise, networking opportunities, forums and conferences, free quarterly magazine, access to industry-specific training with member discounts, interactive website with dedicated members-only area, and generous discounts on a range of products and services. To find out more, go to www.therqa.com or email Research Quality Association at info@therqa.com for more details.